Okay, greetings in the love and light of the one infinite creator. I'm Andrii, and joined here today by Bill, Adam, Shar, and Ed. And we're going to be discussing duty as honor. In this first, we're going to read this question and answer, and then we're going to go ahead and discuss it. Or we might break it up. All right. We are those of wait, hold on a second. Yes, there is a query, and thank you so much, Kuo, for being here with us. How can one best manage the will to seek self-realization of intelligent infinity with the demands and responsibilities of daily earthly life, especially since the will for this seeking activates the need to release attachments?
Kuo, we are those of Kuo and have received and appreciate this query, our sister. And we express both appreciation and empathy and support as you third density beings who have awoken this flame within you to seek the truth must invariably contend with the constraints, as you may see it, of your space-time environment and your incarnations. This dynamic which you describe is not uncommon among spiritual seekers. It is a friction that may feel when they feel that calling beckoning from within for higher understanding, for deeper realization, for expanded awareness, and for more powerful service, contrasted against a feeling of being saddled by the necessity to pay the bills, to report to work, to care for the home and repair the appliances, of feeling the hassles of being pulled in multiple directions, seemingly simultaneously, of finding one's energy depleted with the attempt to just keep up with the demands of the day, and of the many social commitments and the caretaker commitments, along with the commitments to community and so forth. When one wishes to spend more time engaging the gears of the spiritual journey as that may appear to the self, be that in meditation, the reading, the being in nature, the Blu-ray collaborative exercise of penetrating the illusion, and mutual support and discussion, and other spiritual discipline which calls to one, it can seem like the responsibilities, have you have named them, are somehow in the way of the higher calling and the higher quest. As if one is chained even. And it may seem dispiriting, it may feel like one shall not progress as one would like to do. And while there may be something to be said about prioritizing responsibilities, about exercising discernment and selecting which responsibility to which one will give their energy and from which responsibility one will withdraw their energy, and so forth, we would instead first counsel the questioner and any who may contemplate such a dynamic to consider the function of perception. For inherent in this question is a perception of seemingly mutually opposed desires. The desire to seek the one on one hand, and the desire or the need, or even in its more prerogative sense, obligation to meet the commitment. This is a perception, and as with all perception, it is of a subjective nature. And as with all subjective perceptions, it may be changed, it may evolve, it may be healed, it may be expanded, it may be clarified through whatever means calls to the seeker, fundamental to which would be the meditative and contemplative practice, as with the journaling, as with the investigation into one's perceptions of one's relationship with the responsibilities. And one may discover that by modifying the perception, one can come into a clearer, more harmonious, more on purpose relationship with their responsibilities. One key to this change in perception, which you may consider for your adoption, is that term which we of the Confederation have applied to these commitments, which you have called responsibilities, and that is that of the honor duty. duty honor. We pair and in some way fuse this corresponding of honor with duty because it truly is your honor to have any given responsibility in this creation, not an honor that one imagines for oneself as a coping mechanism, but an honor objectively, subjectively perceived. As undifferentiated intelligent infinity, there is no means to serve other. There is no means to take an oath, to commit oneself in word and in deed to some ideal, to some act of service, to some function, great or small, that serves the whole, the community, the neighbor, the parent, the spouse, the passerby, and so forth.
All right, let's pause here. That's I think that's pretty powerful, and that just goes to show how fortunate we are to be incarnate, since we are not an undifferentiated intelligent divinity, and we can commit ourselves in word and in deed to some ideal or act of service.
Well, it also goes to show you can't really serve when you're in those other realms.
Mm-hmm.
Not like we can here.
Yes, and that's why it's a duty honor.
Right. Just to be able to serve another entity is from these higher, the higher, density beings look at it as just a great honor. I mean,
Mhm.
here we look at, serving as a chore or a pain in the ass on many occasions. But up there, they know the reality that it's an unusual thing. It's not a usual circumstance with
Mhm.
what I mean. These guys can go, hundreds, thousands of years without being able to serve.
Wow. Well, I mean, they can serve other people in the spirit realm. I guess
Well,
it's
they
just.
can always send love and light,
Mhm.
but to actually be hands on like we are able to
Mhm.
is a whole different animal.
Yes. Yeah, because we're actually making choices with the finite amount of time that we have on this earth, whereas they have, infinite time and infinite ability up there.
And the finite opportunities,
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
because
Yes.
what we're talking about is really opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Did we want to get a reflection on what we got so far from the?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. Cool. Okay. Um. Here. Oh, I know. I need to use the thinking model because. Okay. Make title summary and points for seekers with quotes based upon the following passage. Because basically what I figured out is that the ChatGPT 5, it'll give you decent answers for short things, but if you need like longer things, like what we're asking for, you need the thinking mode enabled. So how do we balance the fire to know the one with the bills, the workload, and the thousand pulls of daily life? In this reading and discussion, Kua invites us to shift perception. Our responsibilities are sacred honor duties, chosen opportunities to serve, learn, and remember the Creator in the ordinary. Through meditation, contemplation, and gentle reframing, the mundane becomes a living temple of service and self realization. Points for seekers with quotes. Name the friction, then soften it with compassion. This dynamic is a friction that many feel, contrasted against the feeling of being saddled by the necessity to pay the bills and so forth. Um, Name the friction. Okay. Remember, the clash is often perceptual, not essential. Consider the function of perception. Um, Please do better on your Points with quotes. it's basically it's gotten a bit lazy. Name the real tension. This dynamic is a friction that many feel higher understanding contrasted against a feeling of being saddled by the necessity to pay the bills. Care. You're not failing, you're feeling the standard catalyst of incarnation. Okay, that makes sense. See the opposition as a lens issue. Consider the function of perception, of seemingly mutually opposed desires, the desire to seek the one and obligation to meet the commitment. The clash softens when you change how you look. Mhm. Perception is trainable. This is a perception. It may be changed, evolved, healed, expanded. Your inner stance is plastic. Shape it with practice. Mhm.
And that's really, really important because it is true. Perception is everything and it is trainable. And you don't have to look at things in the way you've looked at things before. You can change.
Yeah, you don't have to look at it through the whining and complaining perspective that
Yeah.
people are often
Or
brought up
it's a
into.
chore.
Yeah.
You're looking at the other. You can change your perception on how
Hmm.
you look at the other self.
Hmm. Yes, you can go into the gratitude perception, and that's something
Absolutely.
that basically requires training. I think that complaining comes naturally to children, but gratitude is a learned behavior. Um, I mean,
I
sometimes
think I think complaining is learned too.
you think complaining is learned too. Maybe,
Yeah, I think
maybe
it's a lot more. Yes.
it could be both. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Mhm. Use simple practices to clear the lens, clarified through meditative and contemplative practice, journaling, investigation into one's perceptions. Sit, write, reflect, let insight adjust your relationship to duty. Rename responsibility as sacred trust. We have applied to these commitments the honor duty. Language shifts energy. Honor duty invites the heart. So duty must be the light and the honor is the love then. Honor duty is love light and duty honor is light love. That's interesting. Claim the dignity of your life as it is. It truly is your honor to have any given responsibility in this creation. Yeah, fair
See,
enough.
now, that perception right now, right there, is completely different than how most of us are taught.
Really? Is that the case? I know I have heard some people, they were like, never volunteer.
Absolutely.
Like it is like it's just such a foreign concept to me, I guess. I don't know. Though my family was never big on volunteering. It's just like I don't know. But yeah, I definitely agree that it is truly is an honor to be given any responsibility in this creation. And in Canada, at least, we refer to our elected officials as honorable. So when you refer to your politician, you would say, "Dear honorable, Prime Minister," or something like this.
That's a British thing. That
Yes,
that comes from the English culture.
yes, it might be, but
And that's like more of a servitude thing than a respect thing.
well, I see it more of they have the honor of the duty of being that politician, you know, because they got voted into office.
Well, yeah, but from the English culture, it's a
Hmm.
very strict society as far as uh,
Class
you know,
system. They have a very,
class,
very big class system.
class and status.
Yes.
Ask Ed; he'll
Ed,
tell you.
are you there?
Maybe once upon a time, but nowadays I don't really think that's much of a thing. I think that the honourable gentleman, blah, blah, blah kind of statement just kind of comes down to saying that they respect this person as being trustworthy and doing the job honourably rather than, so it's a claim of kind of respect of the official acts that they're performing, kind of like what Andre was saying, you know. But it's more of a thing of we expect them to be
honorable,
honorable, rightful gentlemen.
Yes,
Otherwise,
exactly.
they would not be allowed in that position.
It's kind of like a reminder. Hey, you're supposed to be honorable.
Exactly.
You know.
So, will the honorable gentleman stop slacking off English people? Just saying.
Meanwhile, they're robbing you blind.
Always.
Well,
Come on,
unfortunately.
who isn't?
Yeah. Especially our, higher level politicians. The lower level ones, they don't have that opportunity.
You'll get there, Andre, dude. You'll get there. Don't you worry, mate. You'll get there.
Anyways, well, thank you. And that will be an honor and a duty. But I don't know if
and you will be a right honorable gentleman. We know
Thank
this.
you for your trust there. Yes, here it says rename responsibility.
You know, in Canada, when the prime minister or whatever, the elected leader of the country takes its oath, he actually takes it to the Crown of England.
Yeah. Yes, I'm aware of that.
Just saying, if you
That's
don't
because it's
realize,
a Commonwealth country, like a massive chunk of the planet, and they'll still respect, the crown, even if, whatever reasons, because of the fact that the Commonwealth's bloody awesome. Just because you traitors ran off and left it, it's bloody awesome. A large chunk of the planet still exists inside the framework that was built, that you guys built your country from. Remember? Yeah, that one, that framework, that's there. That we built. Yeah,
it's
thanks.
the framework of madness.
Well, anyways, point being, I don't know. Yeah, I was actually thinking about, do the mayors have to swear an oath or something? I'll have to look into that. Because the oaths are different at different levels and different offices and things like that. Because like the oath that is sworn by a police officer depends on the province that they're in. So in Ontario, they swear an oath to the charter first, and the king or whatever is secondary. And so the charter takes precedent, whereas in some of the other provinces, it's the king that takes precedence, and then they don't even include like all people in it. It's just like non-indigenous people. So they just indigenous people are just not within the purview of their provincial police force. So that's for the RCMP, that's for the feds to deal with. So it's kind of interesting, like these different oaths as well. Oh, you know what? Here, is there an oath for mayor in Ontario? Standardized?
So, Andre, if you're taking politics seriously, I'm assuming you're going to join the Masons, because they're going to have a big, fat, long list of things that you're going to have to agree to before you're ever going to get into any kind of elected official.
That's in Britain. That's only Britain.
No, man, that is the entire world. Don't lie to yourself.
No, it's
the Commonwealth.
Low level. At the low level.
No, dude. That is the entire world.
No.
Forget about our Commonwealth. That's like every single bit of Europe had their own Masonic sect.
Okay,
we're dude.
In the.
And remember, look, the Masonic Republic of America. Just saying.
Well, we broke away from the bloody Commonwealth that you can stick so far up your
dude. The bottom of the Statue of Liberty, there's a sign that says the Masonic Republic of America. It is what it is, dude.
It's not a Masonic republic. It's a constitutional republic where the Masons tried to co-opt it, but we're not going to let them do that.
Dude, every single person that wrote that thing, that signed that thing, was a high-level Mason. Every single one of them. The entire country was built by Masons at every single level. Stop being silly. That is what it is, dude. Come on.
And at the top degrees of the Masonics, they're all a bunch of Satan worshippers now.
Okay,
they've always been. Lucifer's been in charge the whole time.
Guys, can I have any chance to interject here?
Sure.
So actually, I thought the same thing, Ed. I really did. And then so I checked out the Masonic Lodge here when I moved here, but then I found out that there hasn't been an Owen Sound mayor who was also a Freemason at the same time since the 80s. And so it's just not big in low level politics in Canada, but higher level politics it is, like our, what do you call it, Premier Doug Ford and his guy Leachy, big time Freemasons. They're
Dude,
all,
I was going to say, that's why I asked, because if you're going to take it seriously and it's something that you're going to be thinking about moving forwards with, yeah, you know, in someone in your position that wants to do that kind of thing, I'm sorry, mate. I would say to you, go and apply. Look, I'm not a big fan of them. I'm not a big fan of secret societies. I'm meat for lambs. Yeah, I don't agree with that. But yeah, for what
it's
you're
just not
doing, it's
necessary
quite important.
at the
And
level.
with what you understand, you would fucking rule that shit, man. You'd walk in and be like, yeah, give me your Pythagoras bullshit. Boom. Aye, motherfucker. You'll love it. Don't be silly, dude.
No,
I'm just saying.
I've been there, and they don't allow people to talk about religion, and so that's
No.
unless it's
They
their
don't
religion.
allow people to talk about religion, and that's the trap. You can keep your gods, but you're going to end up, doing stuff your god isn't going to like. But hey,
Anyways,
come and be a Mason. The point is, yeah, all the esoteric stuff, all the kind of the other layered stuff, dude, you're going to know that backwards. You're going to know that better than the Grand Master. Seriously, honestly, I'm just saying, if it's your career path, that is something you should seriously be considering, dude.
Yes,
just saying.
I understand, and I have seriously considered it. But yes, I'm looking at the municipal declaration of office, and I'm not seeing anything to do with the king or queen here. So that's good. See, been elected and appointed to the office of mayor in Owen Sound. Do solemnly promise I will truthfully, faithfully, impartially exercise the office best of my knowledge and ability, and have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of the office in a biased, corrupt, or any other improper manner. And I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. And so this is all you have to declare, basically, that you're not a corrupt douchebag. Like, so,
that you're a right
probably have
honourable
90%
gentleman.
of the
Perfect.
mayors in Ontario totally ignoring that.
Who's ignoring that?
90% of the mayors in Ontario.
I don't know. How would you know that?
That's
quite an allegation, man.
Intuition.
Oh, your intuition. I don't know about
Yes,
that, but I
yeah.
know the premier. I mean, there's been court cases of his corruption scandals, but he's still in office because he's supposed to be the right. Everyone in our country is so far left that he's the rightest of them all, and so I guess that's what makes him the right honorable guy.
The lesson is, don't bring up the word honor.
Okay, well, there's a place for it
in the context of people running things in the world these days.
But
I think that Andrii will be very honourable.
Well, thank you.
I really do.
No, I do
think
too.
That, you might have to do some unhonourable things to get there. I'm just saying.
Well, I think that that's not the case. I think that it can be done in an honorable fashion, at least where I am. Hey, Grace, good to see you.
As a mayor, I agree. 100% yes.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. And to be fair, that should be a kind of free position that anyone can take. Because really, I thought that mayor, the point was you're there to kind of protect the city, as it were. A specific populace.
Exactly.
So you'd be the same as, say, like a duke, or like they used to have that would run a certain area, so look after the peasantry.
Right. Well,
yeah, they looked after the peasantry real good.
Well, no, they just make money off their back.
Yeah.
The difference is you're not allowed to make any money.
Yeah, right to the peasantry's grave.
Yeah,
right.
you can't work the peasantry to death these days, but at least you're still fulfilling the same role.
Well, anyway, my whole thing is, I want to make sure everyone stays fed and housed.
Well, that's a good thing, man. A lot of those people back then, they used to pay everyone in beer, so that's a good plan.
I think Stalin promised everybody to be fed too.
Yeah, he did, man.
Did he?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a very big thing for people. Like, it's okay, I may kill millions, but hey, you're gonna have some food.
Well, also land for people. to be able
yeah,
to provide
yeah.
for themselves.
Yes, those
That's a good
promises
idea.
have been-
Yeah, conquest. I like it. You've got to conquer more land. I like it.
No,
Andre.
it's not about
Forward
conquering.
thinking.
land.
Yes, man. Start
No.
your empire early. Yeah, go back. Go do it, dude. Reclaim the land. Take it back.
Anyways, yeah. Apparently, in propaganda and policy goals, yes. Informal constitutional rights under Stalin, not exactly.
Well,
Yes.
that's like Stalin called them the what do you call them? The useful idiots.
Yes. Speeches and posters
I kind of
promising
prefer
rising living
peasantry.
standards,
Peasantry's a nice
5 years
word.
plans.
I'm a peasant. Is what it is.
Yes, and but yeah, they had a whole, they basically followed the English model. They thought that following the English model would lead to peace and prosperity, but it actually
Because it's awesome.
yes. But what they did is they confiscated everyone's land and forced them into cities, and then there was no one to farm, and then everyone was starving.
No, that bit's rubbish, but that's not really very English, to be fair.
Well, that's actually exactly what the English did, but the English did it
Yep.
over a course of several hundred years, and
Yeah, but
Stalin did it over
we didn't
a
really
decade.
want that to happen. That's just kind of what people did. They all came to the cities. We're like, oh, for fuck's sake, go back to the countryside.
No, they were forced. They were forced to leave the country, and they were forced to go to the city. Basically, the Enclosure Acts forced them off the land, and then they created vagrancy acts that you weren't allowed to just wander around. You had to go and work in a
That sounds
factory.
about right. That sounds very ordered. I like that. That's a good system.
Yes, and then if you were a vagrant, then they would stamp. They would brand you with the letter V, and then like torture you, and things like this on
A
your
little bit
forehead.
harsh, but hey, fuck it. Yeah, we can do.
There's
Got the system.
there's vagrancy laws in Canada still, that prevent people from like homesteading and stuff like that. And so it's basically like the entire mess that we're in, where a quarter of people don't have enough food to eat, is a direct result, including 2.5 million children. In
Well,
Canada.
can I just say, I don't like any of that at all. I think that's a horrible situation.
Mhm. And it's getting worse, 4%
either
a
way.
year.
Whatever it is, it's a horrible situation.
So yeah,
And
just
all those honorable people up there are taking care of everything for everyone.
well,
Thanks, guys.
They are honorable.
well, yes, that's their official title.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Well, we better move on.
Okay, yes, okay.
We got in a quagmire here.
Service
Yeah,
needs form.
we've already had CIA watching us. Now we're probably going to have MI5 as well. We don't need to get any more enemies, guys,
Okay, well, definitely the FBI, right? Okay.
And the Masons, man. Seriously, they're all on us.
Okay, so claim the dignity of your life as it is. It truly is your honor to have any given responsibility in this creation. All right. Service needs form. Incarnation provides it. An undifferentiated, intelligent infinity. There's no mean to serve other. As undifferentiated. The finite gives you something real to love and uplift. Discern. Don't despise your commitments. There may be something to be said about prioritizing responsibilities, exercising discernment. Prune with care, but don't confuse pruning with rejection of life. So, I mean, sometimes you have to say no to things. Transmute the chain feeling through will and faith. It can seem like the responsibilities are somehow in the way, as if one is chained. When that arises, breathe, remember why you serve, and proceed in love. Let the mundane become a practice ground. When one wishes to spend more time engaging the gears of spiritual journey, it may feel like one shall not progress. Fold practice into tasks, mindful emails, grateful dishes, present walking. All
Okay,
right.
so I've got a couple of things to say about this bit,
Go ahead.
yeah?
Mhm.
Okay, so one, yeah, it always made this bit whole made me think about that whole saying that if you find a job you love, then you never need to do a day's work.
Yeah.
So like I think what you're saying about it's really important to find something that you're doing with your life that
Mhm.
fulfills you in some way anyway. Just kind of use your discernment to make sure that you're putting your energy into the right things. And then once you're doing that, be fucking happy and proud that you're doing that thing. Like I said, if you find the right job, then you're never really working. It should never be a hate thing because you love the work you do. Yeah, and I think that's important for anyone to have, in my opinion. And that when you start looking at it that way, when you do enjoy your job, when you do love what you do, what the hell? It's not a chore or anything. It's not service. It's an honoured duty that you love to do. That you feel happy and you feel like fulfilled and stuff because you're doing the job that you've got. Yeah, but also I think that also means that you really got to be careful with where you put that energy. Like going and doing a job that you hate every day. Why? Okay, you might see it as like valued service, could change your opinion on it, but you're better off using your discernment to find a better use of your energy. Just my thoughts.
Yes. Good. All right. Shall we continue reading then?
Oh, yes, it's indeed.
We gotta figure out where.
All right.
Okay.
We attempt to convey the honor that is inherent in the responsibility, which is only possible in this manifest experience. We understand it is taxing, exhausting, and at times overwhelming. And many of you there are who flirt with burnout. One certainly must safeguard one's mental and physical health, but you may consider each responsibility as an honor gifted to you by the one. Not by your work per se, or your partner per se, or whatever surface illusion or entity seems to be asking this responsibility for you. Instead, you see it sourced within and of and from the Creator itself. There is no way for you to get outside of this Creator. There is no way for you to interact with something other than the Creator. This is just as true of your responsibilities. These are magnificent opportunities, and they need not get in the way of your seeking of the Creator. We understand that when all the pistons of the mind are firing in the attempt to juggle these responsibilities and to meet the particular demands of any given responsibility, it seems difficult to find the mind space to seek the one. But my friends, you came not to holiday world or spa planet. Oh, that's disappointing. You came limited through this metaphor is to a boot camp, so to speak. You came to that crucible in some sense, or a gym with the heaviest of weights that you might exercise your muscles, metaphorically speaking, and strengthen the will and faith that is inherent as a property of your soul and your beingness. The ability to strengthen will and faith is significantly weakened in the higher realms of harmony and endless love and limitless light. But in hard circumstances, and in that which takes you to the limits of your abilities, you may strengthen your will and faith that you may serve others, that you may seek the one. This will and faith is both greater than any individual responsibility and the sum of all responsibilities. It is prior to space and time. The twin dynamics of will and faith operating in tandem are the conduit to the Creator. That very same will and faith can be applied to your seeming mundane life. In your weekly and daily and seasonal schedules, there is no block to seeking the one Creator. There are certainly easier and harder circumstances. There are certainly more supportive and encouraging circumstances, but your will and fate transcends all manifestation within the illusion. You may relate to your duties as an honor. You may practice seeing them as an honor. Try it. Try it out, our friends. Experiment. You need not fully even believe at first. Act as if your responsibilities are an honor and see what begins to change within you. You can see these honors are not only that which may bring you closer to the one Creator, but as a means or a vehicle to seek further that one Creator. See each task, each to-do, each person or thing or company or institution as the face of the Creator, with more or less distortion. But see through that distortion to its true nature, which is none other than the Creator, which is none other than self, which is none other than your very own beingness.
Okay, let's pause. Let's pause and break down this what we just read here.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is see the creator in all things. Yeah, you see the creator in everything.
Yes.
The work you're doing that work for creator. As creator.
Yeah, the
so
honor
be
duty.
Thankful that you have the honor to serve creator in doing whatever work it is that the creator is giving you to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was kind of the point, right?
Beingness.
And
okay, hold on. Okay, I'm just trying to highlight it
kind
all.
of like, yeah,
So
being us doing what we're supposed to be doing.
Oh, my arm is still healing here. Okay.
Yeah,
now.
we just start taking the idea of responsibility, and in our minds, in our perception, we start calling that an honor. It is my honor to take care of my mother. It is Andrei's honor to provide for his children. It's Andrei's honor to love his wife. It's Ed's honor
It is a great honor.
Get everyone trashed.
Yeah.
that's your honor, right?
Exactly. And I feel very honored for the responsibility to do that. Because, you know, people need that in their life.
Yeah. Fair enough. So, duty as honor, finding the creator in daily life. Well, what if the laundry, the emails, and the caregiving aren't interruptions to your seeking, but the very temple of it? You may consider each responsibility as an honor gifted to you by the One. There is no way for you to interact with something other than the creator. The reframe, responsibility as sacred trust. Yeah, you know what? One time, just like a week or two ago, there was some like scammer that messaged me on Telegram. And then like it was obvious they were a scammer because they were claiming to be from England, but they had a Pakistani number. And so I just, like, okay, I hear you're a scammer. Here, learn about Jesus. And I sent them an intro flyer about Jesus. Anyhow, the reframe, because it was a reframe. The responsibility as sacred trust. Kuo invites a simple but radical shift. See every responsibility, work, family, bills, repairs, as honor duty. Not an honor we talk ourselves into, but one rooted in truth. Each moment is sourced within and from the creator itself. This doesn't deny how hard it can be. It's taxing and sometimes overwhelming. You can still safeguard your mental and physical health, yet within that care, you can choose to treat duty as a gifted opportunity to love. These are magnificent opportunities, and they need not get in the way of your seeking of the Creator. Earth School is not a spa. We didn't enroll in Holiday World. We came in a crucible, a gym for the soul, so that faith would grow strong. Came to a boot camp, a gym of the heaviest weights, to strengthen the will and faith that is inherent as a property of your soul. And with my arm, apparently, well, like now that I've figured it out, I'm healing, properly. And if I continue to do so, then it will actually be stronger, in January, February than it was before. So that's nice.
I was going to say, this bit also reminds me, you know that guy Sadhguru? I'm not a big
Sadhguru?
fan of his,
yeah. Is he still around?
He says a couple of things that are quite cool. And he says something that I really like. He says, yoga is not stretching. Yoga is seeing the creator in all things. So he says, I do more yoga when I brush my teeth.
Wow.
Because it's not stretching. It's not about that. It's about every single physical act that you do being done in devotion to creator. So that's kind of what he's talking about, right? Like every act should be a spiritual act, should be done with that in mind.
Yes, I know.
Well, every action and interaction is an action and interaction with the creator, because everything's the creator.
Yes, I'm remembering that there was this because you talked about the brushing the teeth and recognizing the creator, and I remember there was this case of a woman who she has an orgasm whenever she brushes her teeth, and so she can't brush her teeth or something. She finds it too embarrassing. Anyhow, so but that's also something bringing one.
There's going to be some kind of bit, like some kind of condition that you had, like something goes wrong in your body, That's not a bad one to get, really, is it? You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
what? There could be worse things that could go wrong. I'm just
It
saying.
could be.
That sounds pretty lucky to me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe for women, it's not as good a deal. I don't know.
You just might want to not use public restrooms to brush your teeth.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all.
Yeah.
Unless you really aren't embarrassed, then
Yeah. Keep it.
it'll be
personal.
like that one movie. I'll have what she's having.
Yeah.
You just have a sink in the bedroom, wouldn't you? Like, set up, like,
You know that.
brush your teeth right next to the bed. It'd be fun.
I don't know. I hope I'm not making anyone comfortable. Shar, Grace, are you guys okay with this conversation, or should we?
Well, absolutely, 100%.
Okay, all right, okay. Yeah, because I know my my trapping teacher, he told me a similar story where they used to go to a hypnosis bar, like with his coworkers or something, and then one of the things that the hypnotist did is that he would he would get a woman volunteer, and then she would have like an orgasm on stage, without anyone touching her. And then he asked her one time, why do you keep going up there and like doing that? Well, like the hypnotist would say, like, you feel fine and like you have no objections or whatever afterwards. And then so she said, yeah, she feels fine. And then she said that she actually had better orgasms than at any other time in her life. And I was like, wow, okay. It's like just from hypnosis. So yeah, the brain is a powerful thing.
I'm learning hypnosis tomorrow.
I'll remind you that the orgasm is the way that the Confederation says that those guys feel constantly.
Yes.
Out there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
I have to say, when you go up to that like purple ray up there, when you start floating about up there, it does basically just feel like bliss land. Like, just like you're floating around in just like this super orgasm thing, and moving feels so nice. But then you kind of get used to it. It's like, and then you just like sit at that point, and then it's like, okay, this is a really lovely feeling, but I'm still gonna go and explore and stuff.
Yeah.
But then it's just like a big purple light for ages, and you don't really see much. But it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Still feels amazing, literally.
Yes. I agree. Just like even just following, the service to others path, it is a very blissful path. Because you're doing acts of service, and so you feel good, and then you're always grateful for things, and that feels good too. And so like your life is spiraling, increasing in joy and love and kindness and peace. And so it really is, I guess has an orgasmic quality to it. All right, so yeah, the higher realms of harmony and endless love. Will and faith don't face resistance. Here they do. The resistance is the training load. The golden thread, will and faith. Will and faith are prior to space and time. They form a living conduit to the creator and can be applied anywhere, to the sink, in a meeting, or on transit. The twin dynamics of will and faith, operating in tandem, are the conduit to the creator and can be applied to your seeming mundane life.
I would ask, why is will and faith there before space and time?
Because everything is mind, dude. Everything is made of consciousness. Everything, all of the matter, all of the universe, all of this is just dreamt up by that consciousness at the beginning. And will and faith are the will is the driving force, and faith is the knowing of oneness that it's going to get back to.
I think
love is the central point. Everything conglomerates to.
Faith is the love.
The interaction between
and
love
will
and
is the light.
Based on the faith that consciousness has is what creates matter, is what creates space and time.
I think there's a lot more deeper meanings going on, but it's a good jumping off point. That's something to contemplate.
Yeah.
I think that rabbit hole goes very deep.
As everything does. Because we're living in like one of those Fibonacci sequences, or what do they call them? Fractals. Holograms.
I chatted about all this in the Ryu thing that I did. This is all like a big part of it. How like the interactions of those kind of create the quantum vacuum fluctuations that then create matter, and then how all these interactions are scaled up in toroidal structures nested on top of one another, from the atom all the way up to like galaxies. and it's the same structures, working the same way, using the same energy. It's like the sacred geometry that runs the lot, and it all kind of lays out exactly how Ra describes it. Love, light, like a will and love interacting to
light
create
and
light.
love.
Light then being the distortion that creates everything we know. Yeah, that's it.
Well, because I think, the spirit world is prior to space and time. And basically, before we had, galactic universes, we had, geometrical, simpler universes, such as, the spirit world, as we know it. And but you still had will and faith there. So I think that's why it's prior to space and time.
So you guys are basically comparing will and faith to love and light.
Yes, will is light and faith
No,
is
no,
love. Light,
no. Will is will. Yeah, that is what will is. Yeah.
yeah.
But the consciousness that has that will has faith. Right. But that's what kind of drives its will. Right. But will then interacts with love, and will and love interacting is what creates
Why
light.
would the consciousness need faith before
Because
space and time?
it's separated out. It's trying to understand itself, isn't it? That's what the creator wants to do. It wants to know itself. So it needs to interact. It needs to find ways to make that fractal, of experience into the densities that we understand. But that's how it started. It starts off with just the interplay between will and love, and then those two things interacting with one another is what creates, like an oscillator, is what creates light, and then lighter is what creates all of matter, whatever else. So love, light is the actual the construct, the reality. Yeah, and that's space, time, space. All of it comes from that primal interaction. But you could argue that faith is the kind of, like, that is what the thing that kind of leads everything towards love. It kind of drives the will part. It hasn't really been mentioned that often before that faith was important back at that point, but it makes sense to it. It adds extra background understanding to what they've already explained.
I just enjoy how easily you explain this stuff. Not like these guys in, fourth, fifth, and sixth density haven't been contemplating this for millions of years.
And what can I say, dude? I've
right off
read
the top
all
of
of their
head.
stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just kind of distill all of the masters. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Yeah. Well, I just feel that will has more light and faith is more love. Faith is kind of more of a receiving and like a waiting, and a will is more of a pushing, or like a light, like it's going outward, and faith is going inward. But okay, try it on.
So I'd say, well, that's what love is. Love is that inward force.
Yes, exactly.
Light is and will is that outward force.
Exactly. That's
that's
exactly.
I'd say that faith was the reason for the will.
Well, because the love is the primary.
No. Will came. Love came after.
No,
will
no,
came
love.
First.
No, love came first. Well, because first there was nothing.
Then love.
Zero comes before one.
Okay, but the movement from 0 to 1, has increments. That's will.
Okay, but it's just okay. Well, in my meditations, anyways, how I saw the beginning of creation was that first there was nothing, and then there was not nothing, and that not is light, or it is will. Well, it would be the not is the negation. And then what is nothing? We know nothing is emptiness, and it's dark. And then
there's no such thing as nothing. It's a plenum. Seriously, you guys need to go watch my Ra-U thing. It's gonna be online next week.
It's a type of
Settles all of this
infinity.
nonsense because this is silly.
It is a
Let's
type
carry
of
on.
infinity.
I use actual physics to show exactly what Ra said, step by step. I did the research, dudes. Come on, let's move on.
All right, try it on. Act as if practice. Kuo counsel is refreshingly practical. You may practice seeing your duties as an honor. Try it out. Act as if your responsibilities are an honor, and see what begins to change within you. Okay, yes. A 7-day micro practice. Morning cue, 30 seconds. Hand on heart, whisper, duty as honor. Name one task you'll meet as service. Before a task, one breath. Inhale, I serve. exhale. I remember. That's interesting. I'm not sure why. Yeah, I remember part, but okay. I guess I remember that we are all one. Or I remember the divine in all. During friction, ask, how's the creator meeting the creator here? Softer jaw, softer eyes, softer voice. After completion, simple gratitude. Thank you for the chance to love. Yes, wonderful. Evening note, 2 minutes. Journal one moment where acting as if shifted your experience. Okay. I think that evening it should be more reflective of the day. But anyways, seeing through the mask. Are you guys still there?
Yeah.
dude.
Okay. Every person, task, and institution is a face of the one, seen through more or less distortion. The work is to look through the mask to the heart. See each task, each person or thing or company or institution as the face of the creator. See through that distortion to its true nature. This doesn't mean abandoning boundaries. It means bringing presence to whatever you choose with care for your well-being and the well-being of others. Reflection prompts for your circle. Where do I most feel it is in the way, and what would duty as honor look like there concretely? Where did a small act of service lift my state, and what quality was active? And which boundary would support me in offering duty as honor without burning out? Yes, like that whole not burning out thing. That's so important. Grace or Shard, did you have any commentary on this section? How about you, Grace?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Okay. Thank you, Shar, for your feedback. It's much appreciated. You are the infinite creator, as are we all. Okay. I think Grace may be busy. Okay, let's read on then. Bill?
All right. And to speak more briefly to the second portion of this query about attachments, it is indeed true that one may more fully feel the living presence of the one creator in the eternal present moment, the more one is able to consciously and with love, acceptance, and forgiveness, and we would add the light touch, release the habitual, even manic and compulsive habit of attachment to the passing forms of illusion and aversion to the passing forms of illusion. This does not mean rejecting, minimizing, negating, and so forth. This means not to attempt to hold on to that which cannot be held, not to make permanent that which is always impermanent, not to find your meaning and truth and wholeness in the passing play of transience, not to try to somehow increase your status, to plug the holes of your being, to remedy the deep-rooted sense of self-doubt and lack of worth by gaining something in the illusion, by holding on to some desired configuration, by running away from or avoiding some undesired configuration, and so forth. Again, one may need to say no. One may need to make a choice to pursue something, to not pursue something, to place a boundary, and so forth. But when one can more and more release the grip upon the impermanent, one can more and more rest in that which is constant and permanent, and that is awareness itself. Infinite, unqualified, endless awareness. That which has no beginning and no end. That which is the ground of your being. That which is looking out through your eyes right now, but which goes unrecognized by the conscious mind due to this function of attachment to and aversion of the illusion. So yes, as the entity evolves and accelerates their journey, they will more and more open the space that grace may come into their being, that they may relax their grip and release attachment and allow the world to be as it is, loving what is, accepting what is. In that process, certain honored duties may indeed fall away, but this is not again to free oneself in order to put up the feet and interlace the hands behind the head and light the cigar of diversion of choice and declare job well done. Indeed, if indeed in honor duty honor falls away, it is so that something even more true to who you are at your particular level, at this particular nexus, may come into your life, that it may simultaneously offer you the opportunity to be of greater or deeper or truer service, that it may unlock you further, that it may activate you even more highly.
Oh, just hold on. Like this just so resonates with me in terms of well, because I could no longer do my gardening with my arm condition, but I've been doing a lot more AI work and more political work and things like that. So this really rings true to me. Okay, I guess we can continue on this.
So you're taking lemons and making lemonade.
Yeah, I guess that's one way of putting it. Yes.
As the quote shared in this instrument's presentation earlier in this gathering indicated, each entity will receive the opportunity that each needs. As those of Ra have counseled, consider this well. The responsibilities that are on your plate now are part of the same cosmic, inexorable function. You right now are receiving the opportunity that you need. And as you do your work in consciousness and raise your vibration and open your heart and integrate and become a more whole being, then and through this process, you will have new opportunity. It is the way the universe works. There is no other way about it. And that opportunity likely will involve the falling away of some duties and the entrance of new honor duties. And as you have learned to do, you may pursue those new honors and duties with a full heart, with a disciplined attention that has learned to gripe less about which you have been gifted, and instead incline toward offering praise and thanksgiving, even when difficult, for the opportunity that the one creator, which is to say that your deepest, more truest self, has gifted you. At this time, and with gratitude to the circle, and likely with some relief to those in the circle, we transfer our contact to the one known as Jim. We are those of Kuo.
All right. Well, let's
You want me to finish it?
if you want to.
Well,
I guess.
it's all right. There's a lot of thankfulness, but I am Kuo, and we greet you once again through this instrument. We would thank all of the instruments for allowing us to speak the words and answer to the queries that have been asked of us. Those questions are most impressive and inspiring, as they are that which gives this group the feeling of unity, the feeling of being a social memory complex that now can go out into the world, sharing more information that they have gathered here with those about them as seeds that each may see grow into more understanding in those about them of the one creator that exists in all things. You are those who have set aflame the love and light of the creator tonight, and it is reaching into the high heavens, and it is rejoicing with the angels, the things in the higher densities, and the one creator itself. We thank you for being the one creator, for looking to each other's eyes and seeing that creator there, for looking everywhere and seeing that creator there. We would leave you at this time in the love and light of the one infinite creator. Adonai Vaso Baragas.
Mhm. Very good. Very good.
And so ends September 14th, 2025.
Well, yes, except that we're still reflecting on it.
Oh, yes, ends the reading of it.
Yes, end of the reading. Yes.
So that's the homecoming.
That was the homecoming. Oh,
That was
okay.
the
Cool.
homecoming.
Which
How did you-
homecoming? It seems like they have them every month now.
No, it just took us 4 months to read this. It seems.
Oh, okay.
And didn't you sit through the reading of this, Adam?
Yeah, we're all sat in a circle.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Cool.
So were you glad when it came to an end?
No, but
Okay.
Guess
It was
someone
just
must have
definitely a
been.
different
got
vibe,
this
you know,
time.
seeing the channeling in person. It just seemed very much like their real voice, but then like some sort of like learned way of speaking.
A learned way of speaking. What do you mean? Like, as in, like
That's
more?
what the channeling sounded like, their normal voice plus a learned way of speaking.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool.
Yeah, the reason I ask that is because it says at this time with gratitude to the circle and likely with some relief to those in the circle.
Hmm.
I think it was just hot and it took them like
Oh,
an hour and something to do that.
oh, okay.
Oh, maybe maybe the
Oh,
channelers were the
wow.
ones that were exhausted. Who knows?
Well, they know we're not the most comfortable, I guess.
The light touch, releasing attachment, receiving grace. Non-attachment is not rejection; it is relaxed love in motion. One may more fully feel the living presence of the one creator, the more one is able to release the habitual attachment to the passing forms of illusion and aversion to the passing forms of illusion. What? An aversion. Oh, attachment and aversion. Okay, you have
Yeah.
to release both attachment and aversion. Yes, fair enough. Yes.
So who is
Because-
Scratch It Banana?
Hmm?
There's Josh.
Oh,
Oh,
Hey,
there's.
dude.
Hey, Josh.
Who is this Josh you speak of?
It's you.
What you got, dude? Don't be silly.
Well, we know who you are.
This is such a banana.
That's a banana.
You're funny.
I'm a monkey.
Hey, dude, do you wear like a costume? You got like there's a superhero, like some kind of like mask or something you could wear.
I need
That's-
like one of those monkey Halloween masks. or
Yeah, something like
something.
that. There's like an anonymous mask or something like that, like V for Vendetta thing.
I don't have one.
Okay.
I'll look around. I'm sure I could find something.
3D print one.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
you're good at 3D printing stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry.
Well, nice of you to drop in. Oh,
You
this
used
Yeah.
to be bored on this Friday. We ain't got nothing going on.
it's the Buddha brought.
The Buddha brought.
Yeah, behind you. Yeah.
Funk.
Yeah.
We just finished reading the homecoming session, and we're just discussing.
Yes.
Yeah, I caught just the end of it.
Oh, okay. Well, we still got the discussion part. So if you have any reflections.
The analysis.
The analysis, yes. Core teaching. Cool points to a gentle art. Loosen the grip on what passes and rest in what does not. The more we soften our hold on outcomes, identities, wins, and losses, the more room there is for the living presence to be felt in the present moment. Not to attempt to hold on to that which cannot be held, not to make permanent that which is always impermanent. Yes, it's very wise words.
Now that's a big deal in the illusion is holding on.
Mm-hmm. It much reminds me of Taoism. What non-attachment is and it isn't. Non-attachment is not coldness, denial, or spiritual bypassing. It does not mean shrinking away from life. This does not mean rejecting, minimizing, negating. This means not to find your meaning and truth and wholeness in the passing play of transience. No, what? This means not to find your meaning and truth in the wholeness of passing play of transience. It is a choice to source worth from awareness itself, not from the latest configuration of circumstance. Oh, I see. But they not mean finding your meaning and truth in the passing play of transience. That's like, vegging out in front of the television. I think
Or anything.
or in front of anything, exactly.
Yeah,
Or
I mean
social
anything,
media, whatever.
right. Whatever distracts you to the point you're not seeking.
Exactly. It is a choice to source worth from awareness itself, not from the latest configuration and circumstance. Okay. Boundaries with a soft heart. You can still say no. You can still choose, pause, set limits, and protect your health. One may need to say no, to place a boundary, but when one can release the grip upon the impermanent, one can rest in that which is constant and permanent, and that which is awareness itself. Awareness is the ground of your being. It is looking out through your eyes right now. The light touch. Approach your attachments and aversions with love, acceptance, forgiveness, and a light touch. No inner violence needed, just light clutching, more breathing. With love, acceptance, and forgiveness, we would add the light touch. When things fall away, as you open, some honor duties may naturally fall away. This is not an excuse to check out, it is an opening to truer service. If indeed an honor duty falls away, it is so that something even more true to who you are may come into your life, that it may activate you even more highly.
Didn't that literally just happen to a couple of people? Like, didn't like Dan just get like a pay rise and a new job, and didn't literally like a few people kind of like all just get like pay rises, and like everything kind of comes together because, like, you know, if you're doing the thing and you're doing it in service and doing everything, then it gets better. It's like the
Yeah,
universe
Fred also got
like,
a pay raise. Yeah.
kind of, it's like synchronicities, right? You know,
Mhm.
these things put in front of you just when you need them. You know, you go through that thing because you needed to go through it, whatever it was, with this job, learn this like skill. You know, you might hate the job and like leave it 6 months later, but you might use that skill for the next 2 years doing other stuff.
Mhm.
You know, like
Yes.
so
Yeah.
so like yeah, I think that like whatever you do, there's always a reason. There's always, you know, everything's always perfect, right? So
Mhm.
whatever you've done in your life, whatever job it was, whatever this period, that period, it's all being seeking. You just have to acknowledge and understand it as that. And then whatever you do, make it have a point, intention, right? You know?
And you don't have attachments. Like if you get so caught up in things that that's what drags you down more than
Can
anything is
I
that
move into my shack?
attachment.
Such a crazy thing, right? Because
What's that?
I moved into, I built a shed and I just lived in a shed to look after a duck. Like, it's a mad story, right? The point is, I went through this whole thing where I basically just was like, I don't care about any possessions. I had a divorce and my life was completely smashed. I didn't care about any things, any stuff. So I was happy to just move into a shed and look after this duck and grow my plants. And you know, that I didn't want any more than that, right? And I got this whole thing of like, you know, you've got pleasure and joy, right? This is a Buddhist thing as well. So pleasure is something that you chase. It's something that you have to kind of pay for, and you keep topping up, and you need to keep chasing pleasure. But joy is something that actually you kind of have to work for. It's not something that happens. It's something that like, it's amazing when it happens, but when it's there, it's true and it's real and it's like forever. So instead of like wanting things and stuff that give you pleasure, instead I was like, no, I'm gonna forget about all that silly nonsense, materialistic crap, and just work to try and do things that bring me joy. You know, like, and that requires work, that requires service, it requires effort. You know, but then every step of my whole life, all these things I've learned, all these different stuff, they've all been so important in that culminating thing. Me
I think
moving
the
all of
first,
started by
I think,
spiritual thinking, every
I
single
think
part of
the
it,
first, I think
synchronistically,
the,
you know.
I think the first step to finding joy is knowing yourself. You got to get to that place where you start to figure out, hey, this actually brings me joy.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. That is very, very true. But it all takes work. Either way, you know. For me, I see it as kind of building myself up from nothing. So I agree. Like, that's, for me, that's what it was. It was this process of tearing it all down and building up from scratch.
Well,
You know.
there's a natural something you have inside that's innate that it actually doesn't take the kind of work that you're kind of describing. What it takes is to let go, to not attach, and let the creator, let the universe, let the natural energies that are there for you, that have always been there. Actually, your very true essence, your very true beingness, just to start to come out and to shine.
No, I agree, 100%, dude. You know, like I said, for me, I don't know. I had a lot of trauma and shit to deal with. I had a lot going into it. It was damaged. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of healing to do.
It's
No,
it's a subtle process, and it takes it takes letting go.
but this is it. But I think because of the way I was in my life, because everything had gone wrong, I'd lost everything anyway. I didn't have anything. So for me, it was kind of easy letting go of it all because it was all gone. I was starting from scratch anyway. So then moving out, it became this thing of rebuilding myself was the idea to kind of bring me joy. And like you said, it does come down to knowing yourself in some regard. You know, like being able to kind of like, I don't know.
And I would say you
Is
experienced that because that was a pre-incarnated thing you set up for yourself. You're going to go all the way this way, and then, well, that's not really bringing me joy, but I got to experience it, and now I get to come back and start finding out what does bring me joy.
Well, this is it. I think that like the whole thing has really shown me myself, you know, and I agree. That is the thing that has brought joy. That's the thing that's like the last forever feeling, rather than the fleeting, you know, how you feel about yourself kind of things. Like that stuff comes and goes, you know, like that's catalyst, right? You know, it's the I don't know.
I wouldn't call it catalyst. I would just call it experience.
Yeah, maybe.
The catalyst is that particular
Catalyst,
thing you got to
right?
experience.
It is just experience.
Well, okay. So let's try and finish this if we can. As you open, some honored duties may naturally follow. Okay. Yes. Also, oh yeah, I did get some extra jobs, so that was nice too. You're right now. Are receiving the opportunity that you need. Practice 7 days of light touch, hand on heart, whisper. I rest in what is constant, which is God, I guess. Notice one attachment or aversion likely to rise today. During the 3-day cures, attachment here or aversion here. Unclenched jaw, drop shoulders, lengthen exhale. Awareness is present. I can meet this with a light touch. Journal one moment you loosened your grip. What shifted in your body, mood, or choice? One mindful breath before replying. A short walk after difficult calls. Stop saying yes to what breaks you. These are not refusals of life, they are conditions for loving it well. Reflection prompts for your circle. Where do I most try to make the impermanent permanent? What fear fuels my tightest grip, and what kindness would ease it? Which honor duty is quietly completing, and what truer service whispers to enter? How can I thank the duties that remain, even when they are hard? A short prayer. Beloved Creator, help me release what passes with a light touch. Let me rest in the awareness that does not pass. Something must fall away. Let it make room for truer service. May I meet what comes with love, and let what goes depart in peace. All right, so we're done. Though, anyone have any questions? I did want to delve into burnout, but if anyone wanted to see something before then, what do you guys think? There's not a whole lot on burnout.
What's burnout?
Burnout.
Burnout. Oh,
Okay.
God.
Okay.
My hearing. Sorry about that.
That's fine. Confederation perspective on burnout.
Well, there's a rock and roll song that says it's better to burn out than fade away.
Yes. Well, that's like the theme of Die Young, Party Hard. It's just like it's just not true for most people, or at least that I know of. I mean, I'm already in the old category. I'm turning 38 next week. The Confederation on
It's a great song, I'll tell you what.
Glad you'll enjoy it. The Confederation on burnout causes cures in kind of pace. Bottom line, burnout in the Confederation view isn't just overwork, it's what happens when we try to serve from our limited self instead of allowing love to move through us. Oh, very, very wise. When we rush spiritual growth, skip energy center hygiene, or grip duties without heart. Hmm. Hmm. Yes. Well, I learned a lot about gripping things recently. What they say with quotes, root cause trying to run on personal will alone. Service to others without love has no real beingness. The so-called burnout is due to the limited awareness of the surface self and the lack of depth, so that those aids come through the self and not from the self. Exhilarating, not exhausting. Oh, that is interesting. So basically, if you were just letting the creator work through you, then it wouldn't feel exhausting. That's very good. It would feel exhilarating.
Okay, so once again, this is the same kind of thing as when you're talking about Chinese again. Just blimey, rewriting Buddhism here, isn't it? So the idea of using chi rather than using prana. So prana is like the energy that flows straight through you. That's kind of what they're talking about, like doing the be God, right? From opening your heart and just letting it flow through you, energy. Whereas chi is like the energy that you have in you.
In your body, yeah.
So if you use your energy to do that task, and you're using your chi, then you'll deplete your energies and you'll be knackered. Whereas if you channel prana through your body to do those tasks, then you're channeling pure love energy into everything. Then you don't get the burnout because you're not kind of burning out your own energy.
Yes, yes. Yes, you're just staying in tune to the energy that's flowing through you. It's true. It's true. Yeah, like I know, like this morning, I had when upon waking, it was like the guides were pushing me to do a political thing, and so I sent a political email, and it was exhilarating. It didn't take much effort. It was just compiling it together, and it was a good feeling. It was not an exhausting feeling. It wasn't like something that I had to do. It was just something that I was called to do. I don't know if that makes sense. Inner bad fruit crowds out the good when it's not surrendered. You have a condition called burnout. The cause of this is that you have not given over those portions of yourself which are not good fruit, and that within you which is not good fruit tries to take over the good vine. Oh yes. So it is related. It's like the controlling aspects of they're kind of like the rot. You have to let go of that rot.
Once again, this is just doing the shadow work, isn't it?
Yeah, the shadow work. Exactly. Yes. Great point, Edo. Joy protects, compulsion drains. When there is no burnout, there is no tiring. There is simply to do more and more because of the joy in the doing of it. Yes.
But once again, I think this is all comes down to making sure you've got the discernment to be doing the right things. All of what they're saying is absolutely perfect unless you're doing something that you hate.
Right. And then you're not doing it. It's not the creator working through you. You're doing it for some other reason.
But this is it. You need to, I think that's why finding something that you like. Okay, so in India, right? So you got the Brahmin, like the people right at the top that do that kind of other spirit teaching and whatever. They don't work at all. They're not actually allowed to. Like that class of people, they're not allowed to get a normal job. Because of the fact that they're supposed to go up a mountain and meditate, come down and teach us stuff we don't know. Right? Now the people, they support them. They go up, they give them food, and they put it outside the little cave, and they wander off. That's
the sadhus.
They look after them, right? Because of the fact that they value that spiritual work that they're up there doing. They don't really want them to come back into town. They're weird. Please stay over there. But but they value what they say and they support them. And they're, like I said, they're not allowed to go and get a job where they dig and stuff. Right? So I agree with everything that they're saying, but I still feel that if you're gonna get to the real, I don't know, devoting your life to it all, having a silly slave job's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. It's not for everybody. That's for sure.
I'm a crazy person, so no one wants to employ me. I'm all right.
Well, it's a process, because just to get to the point where Ed's describing what he's figured out, it takes a long time. It could take lifetimes for people to get to that point.
it could.
It does.
It does. It does. You're right. You're right.
I mean, this is kind of, to me, this is kind of high level thinking. This is, you're starting to, and it's madness in a way, because it doesn't go along with how the world thinks it should. The illusion, when you start getting caught up in it, it doesn't jive. There's more important things to do. No, you really worry about all that stuff you want to worry about. You take those you let those responsibilities give you a heart attack.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, people do it all the time.
I know they do, but they shouldn't.
Quite some time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a higher way of thinking, in my view.
Yeah, I didn't need it. I didn't like, the universe gives you everything you need.
Yes.
You just need to kind of learn how to relax and receive it. And you don't need money. You don't need the fucking nonsense. Seeking becomes what there is.
Yes.
And
And
that's a
the
high
opportunity
level mentality.
to be of service. So here, let's see. Joy protects, compulsion drains. There's no simply don't outrun the soul. Pace your practice. One can create one's spiritual burnout. We suggest perhaps no more than an hour a day. It is not well to rush, for the soul has its leisure. Yes, fair enough. I know I've really had to slow down with, my arm and stuff, and let other people do things. And, it's been very healing in that sense of my life, and it's not as much burden on my soul that I have to do like these menial things that I can't do anymore.
There's a certain ebb and flow in speaking. There's a rhythm. Sometimes you go this far, sometimes you got to relax. So what you're always constantly trying to do, in my view, is just give yourself a break, and whatever it happens, you keep accepting and loving yourself.
Yes.
You didn't let anybody down. You didn't let the creator down. You didn't, so, give yourself a break.
Yes. Or rest.
Yeah. And a break.
Well, I've known people who said this lady, she kept asking for a break, and then she broke her leg.
Oh, okay, that's all right. I meant give yourself some time to rest.
Yes,
that's
why I say rest.
Yeah, or give yourself some time to not be guilty.
Yes,
and in shame.
Give yourself forgiveness.
Yes,
because as Jesus says, if you do not forgive, you will not be forgiven. If you don't forgive yourself, you're not getting into heaven. Sorry.
Well.
Sorry.
All right, that's very dogmatic of you,
okay,
but
it's the truth. X seasons.
Well, it's a start.
Okay, yeah.
Can I say, are you sure that's a social memory complex you want to tie your train to? I'm just saying, like, there are others. That heaven one's just one construct. You know that, right?
Well, like I said, it's just I've got my mission.
Only joking, dude.
I've got my mission on Earth and in this solar system. I've got enough stuff.
Oh, I know, man. I know. Heaven's a way off. You'll get there. But there's got to be a good few lives yet, right?
Andre,
No, I mean, like
Andre gave himself.
I'm talking about fourth density Earth.
Yeah, I know, but that's not heaven, is it?
No, well, I know, but that's what
I know.
Everyone goes to the afterlife.
Oh God, bloody!
Unless there's some kind of serial killer.
Sorry, said anything.
Yeah. Okay. Honor the energy body. Open the lower centers first. To do work in the consciousness in the higher energy centers, Okay, burnout. Okay, expect seasons. Each entity will have fairly regular cycles of enthusiasm and burnout. The deeper processes continue regardless of the surface weather. Balance intensity with lightness. Live hard, and you invite an early death in the spiritual realm. Spiritual burnout appears when the entity has run through its own energy. Oh, so you gotta, yeah, through its own energy. So you gotta be a vessel of God's
Chi,
love and
dude.
peace.
Don't use your chi, use a prana.
Exactly. Helpers can still feel overwhelmed. These entities may experience the sounds of overwhelm or burnout, yet they have inherent in their being the need and desire to do this work. Interesting. Okay. Let flow love through you, not from you. Yeah. Practice surrender of the not good fruit. Name the grasping fear or pride that's running the show. Give it over in meditation. Repeat daily. Someone's got Canadian
Hey,
Grace.
just
Go
jump
ahead.
in.
Andre, do you mind? There was a part that you just read that I missed.
Mhm.
Something about caregivers that said that if will, if they will, caregivers will. Can you
Caregivers? Oh yes. Okay,
yeah,
here.
helpers.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Caregivers.
Like you had just finished saying it before I put up my hand. Something,
Oh.
something. If they feel the need to.
Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, I was just said it, eh? Okay, hold on.
You had just said it right before I put my hand up. I
Okay,
wasn't
hold on.
looking at the screen, so
There's no reconnect with purpose. Okay. Practice surrendering the not good fruit. Center first belief. Consciously offer the task to the one. I don't see. There's helpers can still feel overwhelmed.
That's it, yeah.
That's the one you were talking about?
Yeah.
Here, I can get the full quote for you guys. Okay. Let's delve into. So, the full quote: these entities find that there is a good deal of work to do, too much, in fact. Often, they may experience a sense of overwhelm or burnout themselves, and may be afflicted with the many distortions which permeate your world. These entities have inherent in their being the need and desire to do this work, though they may be unable to fully identify or understand it. On a collective level, that work happens largely off the radar, shall we say. To connect to our previous response, the collective spotlight of the news media, for the most part, does not fully recognize the work being undertaken or its potential for transformation for a variety of reasons, including those that we already mentioned, along with the collective mindset and the sinkhole of indifference being stuck largely in an old story on a systemic level. But the door has been cracked open to these new energies, and those who will help to steward this transition are streaming in through that cracked door.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome. That's an awesome quote, can I just say? That's wicked, isn't it?
Thank you so much.
Glad you
I
like
so
that.
appreciate you going back for that. Thank you. I
Mhm.
took a screenshot. That is so helpful. Thank
Hey,
you.
can I just say thank you for calling it? That's a really good one to go back to.
Yeah, I'm really really grateful to be here with all of you as always. As
Yeah.
always, couldn't wait to get home to be with my peeps.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Always happy to be of service.
Yeah, always good to have you in our presence, Grace.
Yeah, for sure. You have such a great energy, Grace.
Y'all mean so
Everybody,
much to
come
me. You have
on.
no idea. You have no idea. I haven't met any of you in person, and like I feel like you're all my brothers and my sisters. This is incredible. Thank you so much. It's emotional joy that I'm expressing. Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yep. So here's the analysis. What Ku is pointing to. Who are these entities? Often sensitives, empaths, healers, teachers, and quiet builders. Many are wanderers who feel an inner need and desire to serve, even if they can't fully label the job description. Why the overwhelm? The work feels endless, diffuse, and mostly invisible. Mainstream narratives don't validate it off the radar, and the sinkhole of indifference keeps collective attention stuck in old stories. Effort can feel like pouring light into sand. Yeah, it's true. I feel this too. The sinkhole of indifference keeping the collective attention stuck on old stories, especially in Canadian politics. Oh my gosh. What's changing? A door is cracked open to a new planetary energies, greater green ray activation, opportunities for heart-led systems. Stewards are arriving and awakening to hold, integrate, and model these frequencies, often quietly. The hidden nature of the work, it's subtle and field-based. Much of this service happens through vibration, presence, and small choices, not headlines. It's relational and local. The grid work is schoolrooms, hospices, families, gardens, councils, and group meditations.
Zoom meetings. Boom.
Yes, group meditations. That's kind of what we're doing. It's cumulative. Tiny coherent acts add up, even if its feedback is scarce. Why burnout happens? Serving from the self, not through the self. Skipping energy center basics. To do the work in the higher energy centers, when the heart is not receiving full energy, is at risk of burnout. So yeah, we got to get you got to make right with yourself, and feel secure, and your rest in the faith that all is well and all will be well, and recognize the divine within yourself and the other self and your family, and forgive and love them, and and then extend that to all beings. Rushing the soul's pace creates spiritual overuse injury. It is not well to rush. The soul has its leisure. Mistaking low tide cycles. Regular cycles of enthusiasm and deeper process continue. So here's how to steward new energies without frying your circuits. Source the work correctly. Before task, one breath. Through me, not from me. Offer the outcome. I serve, you carry. This shifts the power supply. Interesting.
I also just say, if we're going to do that, visualize, instead of whatever energy you're using, it be red ray that you're pulling in from the floor.
Mm-hmm.
That you're pulling in through your root chakra into your body, because that is prana that you're pulling through, driving the system. Whereas if you're not doing that, then you're just using the energy you got stored in the system.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you're pushing out, that's going to come from you. So
yes,
before you do the task, when you say this little thing, picture pulling in that red energy through your root chakra, turning it into love in the middle. Boom, ready to go. Let's do some work.
Yeah.
Carry on, dude. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh yeah. I was just gonna make a Fluxus image of it. Here. Well, let's see if we can get it generated in the background here.
And there's another kind of concept or idea that's kind of going around with this, and the idea is you can't rush spiritual evolution. It happens in its own time, with dependent on the entity that's experiencing its particular self, and the creator's experiencing that. And you can try to rush it all you want, but it's something natural that just happens. And ultimately, that one day when you come to walking the stairs of light, your violet ray is going to have the readout, and you're going to be able to walk the steps and take another step, or you're not.
Like the feathers, dude.
Yeah, or you're not, and that's you just kind of need to accept that. And then if it really bugs you, just start meditating more, start going within more.
Yeah. All right. So here, there's a few more steps here, so we can do that. Honor cycles, plan for waxing, waning, batch high contact service on high energy days, schedule admin on rest or low days. No shame, just tide charts. Choose a modest daily anchor. I think that's like the biorhythm stuff. Choose a modest daily anchor. 10 to 20 minutes of silence, prayer, and nature. Keep it gentle and regular. Serve locally. Think fractally. Do the nearest loving thing. Well, one student, one client, one neighbor, one sapling. Trust the field effects. Mm-hmm. Practice light touch, non-attachment. Care deeply. Cling lightly. Offer your best. Release the scorecard. This keeps the channel clear. 10 micro communities, 2 or 3 kindred souls, 1,000 casual follows. Share practice, rotate roles, debrief honestly. Collective steadiness prevents individual burnout. Threshold breath before entering rooms. Grounding cue, hand on chest, exhale longer than inhale. Closing thanks after sessions, may and go where it is needed. Diagnosing overreach, body tension that sleep doesn't fix, shallow breathing. Mind irritability, cynicism, compulsive scrolling. Yeah. NAC is good for that. Dullness and prayer meditation, loss of quiet joy. When 2 of 3 show up, downshift, have output for week, double silence in nature. Oh, nice. Reforming the lack of recognition. Off the radar isn't failure, it's how things works. How this works. If mass media can't see it, the planet still can. The field records coherence. Beloved one, let me carry only what is mine and carry it with ease. Make me a clear channel, steady, warm, and humble. When it's time to rest, call me to stillness. When it's time to act, move through me with love. Nice. Great. Okay, let's see if we can get this.
Yeah, there's this surrendering to the will of the creator, to your essence that needs to take place.
Mhm.
Also, just saying like about this prana thing. In China, they say that you've only got a certain amount of chi in your life before you die. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the reason why you shouldn't use it, right? That's why, like, it gives you burnout. It's bad you're using it. Whereas, prana is endless. You can pull that through your body as much as possible. So they try and teach you to kind of pull the prana through, to fill your body, and then use it outwardly from that resource. But it's also quite important to kind of release the energy afterwards. Like you can't be walking around full to the brim of prana all the time. That's not good for you either. So when you're doing anything like that, kind of breathe out, like it said there, like give thanks, yeah, and just kind of release the energy. Like let it go into the floor, right? Know that you're full again without needing to kind of carry that around, because that can be, I don't know, that can be bad in itself. Just thought I'd say, I'm telling people to pull energy into their feet and like root chakra. Should probably tell them to dump it when they don't need it as well. It's good working practice.
Andre, quickly, if I could
Yeah.
ask, those points that you just went through just before this chapter here, the prompt here that's showing, where can I find all of that starting from number 1?
The prompts. Oh,
Yeah, like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like I can't remember how many there were.
Okay. This here, you know what?
I can just take a screenshot, or yeah, the link in the chat would be perfect. Oh my gosh, thank you.
And
Yeah.
this game,
Oh, it can't load.
Oh,
and
that's
this-
okay. I can take a screenshot.
Oh, okay. Here. You
Yeah.
just.
So there's
Okay, here.
one. Okay, perfect.
and Grace, this
Well,
Yeah.
hold on,
question we're going over is that September 14th recent Kuo.
There we go.
Okay. Oh
It
my
should
gosh,
be
thank you
everything.
so
Yeah,
much.
that's
Thank
where we're
you.
getting this from.
September 14th. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of
yeah.
the very last question of the
Well,
session.
this quote that you liked is actually from a different one. It's from 2022, October. Oh, where was it?
Yeah,
That's just what we were doing earlier, wasn't it?
Sorry, November 10.
Yeah.
November 10th,
November 10 of
2022.
2022. That's where the quote is from.
Okay, and then Bill, the one you talked about was this year, September 14th.
Yeah,
That's
oh
what
my
we were talking
gosh.
about earlier. Before,
Yeah,
that's
Right. Yeah.
It just
Okay.
they mentioned burnout there, and then I decided to do a deep dive on burnout.
This is incredible. I can't this is wow. Yeah, so many,
Confederation's
it
always
was so
willing to help.
wonderful. Thank you so much. I
Don't
love you
love
all
it?
so
Yeah,
much.
don't you
Thank
love
you.
it when we do one of these meetings,
Mhm.
right?
I
And
do.
synchronistically, it tells you exactly what you needed to hear.
I mean, like 1,000%. It can't get any.
I love it. Honestly,
I'm
it's
sorry. It's
synchronicity
just
in action.
yeah,
You
it's
know
so
you're doing the right
awesome.
work when that kind of shit happens.
Yeah,
Mhm.
100%. 100%. You all are so wonderful. I love you all so much, my brothers. Thank you. Thank you. And my sisters. Thank you.
All right. Well, this is the image of, channeling it through you rather than from you. Or it's supposed to be, anyways.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so I guess with that, without further ado, did any closing remarks? I'm just going. Okay, but okay. As I found you, I leave you in the infinite love and infinite peace of the infinite creator within you and around you, my friends. Go forth, therefore, rejoicing in that infinite power and infinite peace. Adonai Vasbaragus. Oh, Dan, you had something you wanted to say? Or. Okay. All right. Well, I'll end the stream. Okay. Love and light.
Sorry.
All right.